Our final speaker is a good friend of mine, and we've grown very close advocating over the years. Her name is Rowan, and I believe her physician may be here as well. So Rowan, if you wanted to come up and show everybody your props.
Quick question for Ed across the way there, being from California. Do they in fact smoke medical marijuana on school buses in California?
What the law says, you can smoke medical marijuana anywhere you can smoke a cigarette.
Okay, just thought because
Yeah,
you would know. But not so basically that law didn't help us from being like California. Sorry, Roman.
You're not smoking medical marijuana on a school bus, are you?
I wasn't applying for a job this year, but no. First, I want to appeal to the good people of New Jersey and to our governor, the cannabis youth. That pretty much sums up everything else that I'm going to say. Was going to prepare a speech, but being a patient and being a human, my life in the past 2 days has completely kind of fallen apart. So I am going to cry. I came today because I never got to meet Cheryl Miller, but I have heard so much about her. And if Cheryl could get out in pain, then I can get out in pain. And there are days that I have physical pain, and there are days that I have emotional pain, and today I have both. I am a legal New Jersey medical marijuana patient. I am a card holder. I was lucky enough, if that's what you want to call it, that my glaucoma went out of control this fall. Earlier in the spring, I remembered hearing about the medical marijuana program and thinking, great, I have fibromyalgia, I have hepatitis C, I have spinal stenosis, cervical and lumbar, I have arthritis, I don't even know what else, and I have glaucoma. I thought, wow, I can't wait to be able to get my medical marijuana for my fibromyalgia and my hepatitis C. This is 1 month of pharmaceutical medications, and I forgot my eye drops, ironically. This is just for pain and nausea and constipation from the opiates. This is about 3.5 months worth of medication for me. What's in here could kill everybody in this room, at least once. And yet it's legal. And I can drive 5 minutes to my pharmacy to pick it up. I got access to Greenleaf, quote-unquote, Compassion Center, and I don't mean ill will against Greenleaf, because I don't think a lot of this is Greenleaf's fault. I do believe, Governor Christie, that this is your fault. I believe the regulations that were passed after the law was passed are illegal and are immoral, and they are harming us. But I got into Greenleaf, and I went up there. I took a 5-hour round trip to pick up what my allotment would be $1,100 worth of medicine.
Cash.
Except cash. Because I'm quote-unquote lucky enough to be on SSI and Medicaid, I only had to pay $20 for the 2 years instead of $200. Where am I supposed to get $1,100 a month to buy medication that's supposed to stop me from either losing my sight and or having to go into an operating room to put tubes in my eyes that may or may not work, because laser surgery did not work? Why should I have to drive 5 hours to get medicine that isn't even the medicine that works for me? As of March, all that Greenleaf had out of the 3-strain limit that I understand was lifted yesterday, they've only had 1 strain, and it's a strain that doesn't work for me. Out of the 3 strains that they have, those strains don't work for me. I need higher CBD. I have anxiety. When I smoke what I've gotten in New Jersey, it makes me nervous. However, I made the decision that I'm not driving 5 hours round trip up to Greenleaf to get something twice of what other states charge. That doesn't help me anyway. And it put me in a very bad position, because what do? Do I become a criminal? Or do I take a chance and lose my eyesight? What would you do?
Criminal.
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 Do what you need to do. I do what I need to do. It's my body. It's my body and it's my choice. I wanted to go yesterday to the hearing that was passed, and Megan, you're such a hero to me. And everyone in this room, pretty much, who I've met, is a hero. And I won't take up the time of going around and naming everybody, but you all know who you are. But I found out yesterday that my service dog is dying. She was fine 3 days ago, and she started to cough. And we took her to the vet, and they thought it was maybe tracheitis or an infection. And she got worse overnight, and they took her yesterday, and the psychology report came back from her lymph nodes that she has lymphoma. She may have a couple days, she may have 6 months if we're lucky, a year. I have been reading online about people in other states who are treating their pets with cannabis oil, just like it kills cancer in humans, it kills cancer in our pets. My service dog, who used to help me when I could barely walk, is not going to be there if I go blind. And I thought she would be. And I know that's really nobody's fault, but Governor Christie, God damn it, if I had access to enough medication that I could afford, or if I knew where to get oil, I could either prolong my dog's life, or at least help her through the chemotherapy, or if I go herbal, boost her immune system. So right now, I don't even know what else I wanted to say, but this program, it's not a program. This program, I don't even know if we can call this a broken program. Everybody else here has said everything that I would only be repeating. Please have some compassion, please. Thank you.
That about wraps up the business end of our press conference. I certainly implore the press here in this room to reach out to the patients, to reach out to the mother of our patients, and to amplify their very, very important stories. And if y'all have any questions, I'm sure that anybody here would avail themselves to you.
How much are they charging up that Greenleaf? How much are they charging up at that Greenleaf?
Okay, that's kind of a loaded question. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and tell you flat out, they charge about $140 a quarter.
That's insane.
Okay, you're right. I will totally grant you that. But it's also worth acknowledging that built into this price point, we have at least one legal place to transact, even though it's too far away, safely. We have quality control for what it's worth. I remember the first time I purchased a bag of cannabis, medical cannabis from Greenleaf, and I got to see what a quarter ounce really looked like for the first time. That was illuminating. So, and quite frankly, we are able to access, this is what a real quarter looks like. I was astonished. I've been getting ripped off my whole life. And the best thing about Greenleaf, which the $140, because that is too much, especially because we have to pay cash. We don't have a way to even put it on our credit card or put it on our insurance, nothing. It's got to be cash and it's got to be out of pocket. It's got to be every month. That's untenable for many of us. That's why I suggested that it was a class issue. But I totally lost my train of thought. So I guess we'll wind it up here, and thanks for coming.